what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Yeah. All right. Had to get situated. What's up? What's up with you? Hold up. Okay. Every time I get ready to talk, I had a little cough with you. Hey, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. This is Let's Go Live for first timers. If you've never known what the deal is, Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King, and we are now live. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear? Oh, what did they say? Did that beat go? Okay, good. Hey, welcome in, man. Something Like a Podcast each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody watching right now on the West Coast and worldwide. Because we got the homie in Johannesburg, South Africa, and some other people checking in as well. First timers, hey, welcome, man. Trending topics, hilarious commentary, celebrity interviews, celebrity guests, and interesting people. And we're broadcasting from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios inside the Tiny Closet Command Center.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.
Yeah, appreciate you, Lord Jamal. Appreciate you. One time for the one time. Good to see you. Hey, shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Clarkson, down the hall of Studio G, award winning, and New York Bureau Chief, John Watson. Yeah, Drunken Fruit still has some holiday specials, and as well, all special occasions. They're running some things for special occasion, man. You might want to jump in on a Drunken Fruit. Make sure you spell it right. There's some hijackers out there already trying to steal the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So send them an email if you got questions. They made a delivery yesterday, and the customer was completely blown away at the product. Testimonial coming soon. Said she had no idea it was what it is. And I said, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? No individual shout outs in Peanut Gallery, but I see y'all. Good looking in the chat. Make sure you take time out right now. I'll wait. Let me get 2 seconds. All right. Hit the thumbs up, top of the chat. Hit the share. Let other people know you're watching. So maybe we can do some Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels, Jesse Lee Peterson numbers at some point. You know what I mean? Do some who else moving? Who else doing moving with live show? Do some rolling numbers. Rolling's coming up a little bit later too. Do some rolling numbers. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to you. And yeah, here's an update on the live money wheel. Let's get to that real quick. To the live money wheel. Where the money resides. Where the money resides, money wheel.
Right, we going. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I'm doing something real big. Any deal that y'all got and they beating us, I'm gonna be about $400.
I'm gonna beat it about $400.
What the money reside.
Where the money reside. Where the money reside. Here we go. Okay, I told y'all before. All right, here we go. This is the money wheel. Currently, this is what it is currently. So this is what we're doing. We're winding down towards the end of the month. March 1st, we're going to be starting with a new dollar amount. This was just a trial run these last 4 weeks. This will be the third week, and I believe at the fourth week, it's still being sponsored by Rachel in the Midwest. So she's sponsoring the pot. So still chances to win a decent amount of money. But this is what it looks like right now. So as of the end of last show, the slots are $2. Every $2 that you send, you get your name on the list. Michael Lewis is the only one on the board. Michael Lewis and James Wright. They're the only ones on the board at a chance. And the pot right now is, let's see, from last week, because our winner put half of their winnings back into the pot, which added to Rachel's sponsorship, which gives us a new total for this week coming, $72.75. So half of that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you're playing for in our 50-50 live raffle. No other show is doing this. There's no other show that you can watch. It's really just giving free money away live on a digital show. So again, if you want to participate, we're taking the last donations Thursday through Thursday. Let's go live show, and you got to put in the notes in the memo section what you want the money for, because half the money is going to production costs for this endeavor, and the other half is going to you live on the show. Must be present to win. And you got to either call in or show your face on the. We'll invite you in using the link, and you jump on and say yay, and then we get you off the phone and pay you your money on the spot. All right. So right now it's just Michael Lewis and James Wright. That's it. So one of them two will get the money on Friday. All right? So yeah. So y'all might want to get into it. Get involved. Get into it. All right, here's the number 765. We're going to talk about quite a few things today. 765 Let's Go 1. 765 Let's Go 1. 538-7461 is the number. I'll jump in on the conversation today. And as well, if you want to show your face, let's see here. It's in the chat right now. Is right there. It's in the chat right now. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about. The West Coast, shout out one time. Oh, the West Coast, shout out to the West Coast. You want to clown your show with Bill Bellamy. What happened? What happened with Bill Bellamy? Talk to me. Hit the link or call the line, man. Let's see I don't know what happened with Bill Bellamy. Okay. Also, we can allocate the wheel money to the market and back before Friday. I know you gotta slow down, Haynes. I know you be driving and operating the forklift and all that while you're typing, but I don't even understand what you meant by that right there. We can allocate the wheel money to the market and back before Friday. I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Clarkson says I'm throwing 50 on the board. Don't do it. Don't do it. and March is going up to $5 a slot. So we once you got the hang of it and got the used to it. All right, two things. Oh, another sponsor. Also, sponsorship. We got a new sponsor this week. The show is also being presented by 2A Apparel. 2A Apparel. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's their merchandise. What time is it? It's 2A. Always 2A. 2A all day, actually. 2A Apparel. And they can be seen as nice products over here at this outlet. What website is that? Oh, right here on a website called Paranalia.com. And that right there is the hoodie that's available now. The hoodie and the nice hoodie for women. And it's heavy duty, high quality. And they got t-shirts as well. So make sure you visit that site and check them out. 2A all day. Somebody asked you what time it is? 2A. And that's for 2A enthusiasts. So that's what that is. If you don't understand what it is, it may not be for you. All right. Also, if you take a look at the picture right now. Yesterday, we weren't live, of course, but it would have been fun. Alpha Papa and his lovely wife, they just celebrated 50 years of marital bliss, if you will. 50 years. Yesterday, on the same day of the week, same date. So shout out to Black Love. Shout out to we may try to get one of them on for an interview sometime soon. Talk about it. 50 years. Who among you knows anybody that's married for 50 years? That's amazing. That was the day right there. That was a reception. 1970. The year was 1971. So yeah, we may try to get one of them on to just talk briefly about the experience. 50 years is a long, good goddamn time. But shout out to them. So they celebrated 50 yesterday. Hey, call your loved ones, man. Hold them close, man. Life is short. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Could have gone the other way, but it didn't. Resend the invite. Oh, I sent it to your email, man. All right, so let's get into this conversation. I sent it to the email, man. Man, what is you doing? Come on, Craig. Hold on, y'all. First guest is up on deck. Check the email that you sent me. I sent you, or it's in the chat. Here you go. Go right to the chat. Right to the chat. We're on first guest. Some interesting news out of DC area. So I wanted somebody from the DC area with a DC perspective to really pontificate on this for me. I think this would be an interesting conversation. Let's see. It's in the chat right there. I'm saying, waiting for you now. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's pull the story up real quick. I don't know if y'all familiar about every market, every city, every region has their legendary criminals from certain eras, and one of the DC area's most notorious is a guy by the name of Rayful Edmonds III, kingpin of sorts, major drug dealer, major prolific individual from the crack era in the late 80s, early 90s. People have patterned movie characters about him. There have been books written about him, stories are told, and this gentleman is probably one of our most, from this area. If one were to claim, which I am not, but if one were to claim who's the most famous drug dealer of your of a certain area from your area, it would be Rayful Edmonds. He went in, I think, 89 maybe, and he got a couple life sentences and all this what kind of stuff. He was dealing with the Colombians. They say he was bringing in millions of dollars a week back at a time when that was unheard of. So there have been rumors over the years that he got out and witness protection, and there's stories of him at the ADX Supermax out there in Florence, Arizona. So there's all types of any number of legend and lore associated with Rayful Edmonds III. There have been stories that he was dealing. Well, it's been proven that he was still dealing with the Colombians and Griselda Blanco up until 1994 in prison, which he caught an additional 30 to life on top of his life sentences for the state of Pennsylvania because he was in Lewisburg. It was rumors that his hitman was Wayne Perry, and he had run-ins and dealings with Alpo of Paid in Full fame. So a number of stories, man. A big personality, larger than life, legendary folklore, all of that in the crime world. But there's a story out now that says that he may be able to come home soon as a result of cooperation with the feds. Now, him cooperating with the feds is not new. Some people have heard of stories of him cooperating back when so when he went down, about 30 or 40 people went down with him. This is late 80s. So his mom was facing time. But I believe she even got arrested. And for her to get reduced attention, he cooperated back then. So he's a known cooperator. So this is nothing new in that regard. But there's talks of him getting a reduced sentence and being able to come home in the near future, nearer than his life sentence. And just wanted to flush some of that out and get some opinions of people who are around in that era and just kind of see what see what the talk is on the street. So right now I'm gonna bring in my man from the Wildcats podcast. All right, y'all. Welcome to the program, Craig Black. What's good with you, fam?
Hey, what's going on, sir?
I gotta put my background up. Hold on, stand by.
Okay, no problem.
It's real clear over there too. You're looking real. Yeah, it's clear and everything.
Oh, I'm clear. All right. Okay. All right.
Well, let me put your name. I gotta put your name up too, because I wasn't ready.
People know who I am.
Yeah, I ain't think you was coming. I ain't think you was.
You think I was? Hey, I couldn't find the link for something, man.
Yeah.
The
email that you sent me.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Hey, but I find it kind of funny that you invite me on to talk about a superstar, well-known drug dealer on your show. The first time I get an invite, you bring me on to talk about Rayful Edmonds, and I'm like, hold up, what is going on here?
Listen, I know you're well versed in a lot of subject matters. I know you got your fingers on the pulse of the street.
Oh my God!
And you've come across some legendary, personality types over the years.
Legendary drug dealers. That's what I came across.
Personalities, man. You know what I'm saying? And plus, we had just talked, so you was at the top of the Rolodex right there,
man. You know wow. Well, I am the biggest square of them all. Okay, I am not from the streets. I don't know anything about the ghetto. I didn't do any drugs at all. Never nothing. I stayed in the house around that time. And all that was going on, man.
Hey, you and me both, but we have opinions, and this is it's a conversation piece. Hold on, let me pull the story up real quick because let's all walk through it, shall we?
Yeah. Let's go down memory lane. Come on, let's go through it. Let's go through it. All right. Mm-hmm. So basically, let's see. A federal judge on Tuesday agreed to reduce the life sentence being served by one-time drug kingpin Rayful Edmonds to 20 years. Putting the man who once led the city's biggest crack smuggling ring one step closer to getting out of prison altogether. So an actual release from confinement isn't yet guaranteed. He's been in prison for 31 years, and he still has to contend, like I said, with a separate 30-year sentence in Philadelphia. However, long story short, he don't have life. So they're saying recent cooperation. Now, that's the interesting part. That's what I wanted to talk about. Recent cooperation. So you telling me he's been snitching? That's what you're saying?
From what I gathered on News Talk Radio and what I've read today, it's apparent. It has to be. That's the only thing.
Hold, before you even go any further with this conversation,
okay.
I have no issues, no problems with Mr. Edmonds at all. I don't know anything about this man's background. And if I used the wrong word a minute ago saying that word snitch, I truly apologize. Let me apologize right now. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, all right, let's put all that legal out there because I don't want no problems. I'm not here for the smoke. I'm not here for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about this and I guess if he did what he had to do to get where he's trying to go, and that's out of jail. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm gonna come back to that. All right, so let me keep reading. So Sullivan, the judge's ruling comes at a time of profound debate over the legacy of mass incarceration of Black men, many of whom were sent to prison around the same age as Edmond for their role in the drug trade. He went to prison at 24. In recent years, DC has adopted new laws allowing offenders who committed crimes before they turned 18 to petition for early release after they served 15 years of their sentence. The law was recently expanded to include anyone who committed a crime before they turned 25. That's where it gets tricky. Federal prosecutors have largely opposed those early releases, even as they sought one for Edmond. But Sullivan also chided them for not seeking more of a sentence reduction from Edmond. They only asked for his sentence to be reduced to 40 years in prison
and he went further and reduced it to 20. All right, so do what you got to do. I feel like the culture on cooperation has did a 180. It's did a 180, completely changed. I mean, you look at Tekashi 6ix9ine, who openly, I'm talking finger pointed in open court, and then came home and bragged about it, and it's still really, moving around comfortably in the way he wants to move. And so the question becomes, is it that the generation that's around now embraces, tattletelling, self-preservation?
I like how you put that, tattletelling. That's good. That's good. I like that. Go ahead.
Do they embrace, or do they just not really have a connection with staying true to standing up and doing your own time?
Man, I just think they're not who we thought they were. Okay, it's all a show. It's all a show. And once they get hit with that real time and that real, stuff comes at them, it's like, it's time for me to stop acting and be the real me. So I'm gonna tell the true story of what really happened, so I can get out of jail, because I just can't do this jail thing. I mean, you heard Pharrell say it. He said he's going to. he's not. I'm not taking the bid for a lot of people either, man. I my wife, my son, my sisters.
But they try to
and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, you know me. I'm getting to that age where I'm not sitting up in nobody's jail for your foolishness, man. So,
all right. So to that point, Rayful in his 50s. So can you blame him? You can't really blame him, though. You can't really blame him, though.
He's been there for a long time. So why are you gonna start picking now to start? Obviously, allegedly, you did what you did. Allegedly, I don't know if you did that or not, sir. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying you did anything. Okay, we're just talking about it. Okay, that's all we're doing here. Okay, so I understand you, wanting to get out after what he said. He went in 89. I heard you like 89.
Yeah, 89. Wow. He's done 32 at this point.
Ooh, I'm gonna throw a number out there. I graduated high school in 89, man.
Oh wow.
Damn. That's something, man. So
he done missed a lot, but
that's
I've heard over the years. I've heard he was in witness protection. I've heard all kind of stuff. Like for a while, I didn't believe that he was still in.
But let's go a little bit. Let's go a little bit deeper into Mr. Edmonds, though. Let's talk about the folklore that he is. Can I say that? Or the legend that he is? How about that?
No, that's
folklore. He'd be dead, right? That wouldn't be right. Oh, anyway, I don't know if I had it right or not. It just came. It sounded good. Anyway, so it's like when I was growing up, in 89, when I was in high school, and from freshman to my freshman year to my senior year, you would hear about those names, him and his whole crew. I believe another big name was Paul Ronstock, something like that. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know if that's a real guy or not. Just put it out there like that. Anyway, but it was always that they were just bigger than life. They were the celebrities. They were drug dealers. It was like the movie when somebody made a comment. It's like the movie Paid in Full. You wanted to be them because they had everything: the cars, the girls. And it's crazy that we put that on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what were we doing? It's like that's the whole problem with our people, man. It's like that whole crack movement, them crack days, it's still out there, but it's not like it was in the 80s. But we turned a lot of those guys into superstars, man.
Yeah.
Just because of what they had. We were so caught in this materialistic thing, those cars and those women. It was crazy. It was crazy. And the go-go, somebody put in the comment, Tehran, the go-go, man, it was like, I don't know, man.
It's the American way, though. That's the part of American culture. And when you got the haves and the have-nots are going to try to emulate the haves in any way, shape, or form. So you're not gonna have it back then. You're not gonna have a big house in the suburbs. So wherever you at, you're gonna have those status symbols that make you feel and look like the people that you emulate and look up to. And then, the market at that time and the economy at that time for people in poverty was the drug trade. I mean, a large part of it was the drug trade. So that's the only way to get those status symbols and to reach that status is to partake in that. So that's just the American way. That's the American culture. They were the celebrities. A lot of them up until the last decade were still, you know what I'm saying? Because crack, they ain't really dealing crack no more. They're more so out here, selling weed and using drugs. Our rappers, the entertainers, more so using drugs than anything else, which is a whole nother terrible
prescription drugs at that.
Right.
Yeah.
And those people are now looked up to. But I think back then in that time period, it was allowed to happen. For one, you look at shows like Snowfall, and you look at the documentaries on Netflix like Crack.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like it was allowed to happen for the the desecration of the inner city communities. But at the same time, it was the Wild Wild West because there was so much money coming in. Like they talking about the man was making $7 million a week. $7 million a week. Like who wouldn't participate in that, doing that kind of number?
But my whole thing is that's living our pipe dream. That's like hitting the lottery. Everybody wasn't making
literally.
He was. You know what I'm saying? He was making that money, but you would have been that dude out there making sure you'd have been picking up the trash. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's what you would have been doing. You wouldn't have been him making that $7 million a week, or you'd have been running around trying to off somebody for him. It's crazy. I'm glad you mentioned Snowfall because it actually premieres tonight, man. That's my joint, man. And it's crazy because that movie, I mean, that series is so damn good. It's because of the 80s, that movement, that time, it takes you back. And all I remember is that news on Channel 9, Channel 4. You see Jim Vance, man, and they always had them images of Southeast DC, man. It was like, I tell my son sometimes, man, you ride through Southeast now. It's like, man, there's times, son, when I was growing up, I would never, ever
you wouldn't even
come through. Never, you know what I'm saying? No,
yeah.
It's like, but now it's a whole new city, and I guess Mr. Edmonds is trying to get out of jail. I mean, but
to that point, I mean, he may not. I don't even know if he got relatives left or whatever. But James Wright in the chat, he said he wouldn't even recognize DC, which is true. But like he could come here. I feel like he could come back, and it would be nothing.
Yeah, and he would love it because you know what? He's probably a whole nother person right now. It's like he would have a brand new life, a new lease on life, and he would be a whole nother person living in this gentrified chocolate city. If we want to call it that. Vanilla City. How about that? Vanilla City.
Mocha latte, you know what I mean? but he, the question becomes, what about, does he deserve it? Cooperation or not? You serve 32 or not? There are some people who are still alive who suffered losses at the hands of his enterprise. And it's like if you was one of those people, right? Either he had Wayne take care of your older cousin, or you live up Trinidad or Hanover, and your whole block was decimated because of his enterprise, his actions. Are you at peace enough and mature enough to be like, he served his time, the man is, let him come home? Would you be big enough?
If to be honest, 100% with you, if it was one of my family members that was caught up in that and was killed and murdered, more than 1, 2, or 3, hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't. No, come on now. You took away my family member. No. Hell no. I couldn't. You still got to sit up in there. If that was me, these are hypotheticals we're saying right now. None of them are me. So I'm just putting the legal out there. You know what I'm saying? We'll let them know again. We're just talking about the situation. All right, just gotta let them know that. but man,
ain't none of his people watching this.
Well, you never know. Anyway, going back to what you're saying about the sentences that were handed out back then. Now that was a travesty. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
It was like powdered cocaine. You got, I don't know, for some odd grams, you got what, a year.
Yeah.
Three rocks, you got 20 years. Come on now. It's like, and that was straight. It was straight. That's a racial move because it wasn't no powder cocaine in the hood. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was all rocked up. So, you know, you was doing that to just incarcerate all the black people. Man, that's just all what it is. Man.
And I feel like his they're trying to lump him into this whole, you know, we're taking a harder look at mass incarceration and we're scrutinizing old cases. And because he's high profile, this will bring a lot of attention to that. But I'm like, this ain't the one. It's a lot of dudes doing 10, 15 years off of weed. That's who y'all need to reduce this.
Yeah.
Not this one. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a move. But either way, Craig Black, the Wildcat podcast, talk about that. Your anniversary is coming up soon.
Oh yeah. I need my drop too, sir. So we're coming up on 100 episodes on March the 21st, man. And you know, my man, to everybody watching, we had Lamont. He's one of those 100 episodes. He was on the show doing this thing with us. But we got a real big show coming up on March 21st at 8 p.m. for 100 episodes on some Wildcats podcast, man. You know, it's about me and my boys that grew up, you know, over the last 35, 40 years. And we talk sports, we talk entertainment, politics, and we do a little bit of everything. So, but our base is sports. That's what we do, man. So
that's what's up. Hey, so before you go, put that in the chat, put the IG and put the information for the people, and they can go right to it.
All right, I'm gonna do that right now. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you this, man. Damn, I wanted to ask you something. Let you talk about the chat now. I'm away from it. Your wheel. I was watching your money wheel. How can I get down with the money wheel? That's what I need to know. You said you only had 2 people on that wheel to collect this money, and I'm like, you got a raffle going on. That's a great idea. I love that idea too.
You want to put in on it, or you want to steal the idea? Which one is?
I'm gonna do both, sir. You know.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest. You know what I'm saying? At least you're honest. I slide you the link, and here's the Let's Go Live show on Cash App. That's how you put in on it.
That's how you put in on it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I like that, man. That's good. That's good. So how much I gotta put in to get in on it?
$2 a slot, man. $2 a slot. The more slots, the more chances to win.
$2 a slot. All right. Okay.
$2 a slot.
Okay. All right.
All right. We're gonna put your information in the chat. Don't even worry about it. We'll get on it. But I appreciate the time, man. We got another guest, man.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. All right. Good to see you, man.
Some Wildcats. At some Wildcats. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. And Mr. Edmonds, hey, we just talked about it. That's it. All right. Peace out, sir. All right.
Hilarious. All right. We got another guest coming in very shortly. India Sweet, real quick, but I want y'all to watch this. Just quick second for those of y'all who like, who is Rayful Edmonds? Who they talking about? This is what we talking about. Okay. Not the commercial, but you know what it is. They ain't advertising.
From customers
turn that volume
to
down.
employees. See how we create extraordinary experiences
quick video
for the people who matter most to your company.
Stories are incredible. How notorious drug kingpin Rayful Edmonds made millions selling cocaine as an undercover officer named Jimmy watched it all go down.
Edmond is now hoping to earn his freedom after cooperating with the feds. Fox 5's Paul Wagner live from Northeast D.C. tonight with a story that has a lot of people talking. Paul.
Boy, does it ever, Jim and Sarah. I'm here on the 400 block of M Street Northeast. This is where Rayful Edmonds ran his multi-million-dollar operation. And last Friday, we heard from prosecutors who want his sentence reduced because he's helped the prosecutors and the police close so many cases over the years. He's been locked up since 1989. Today, we talked with a detective who told us some incredible stories about an undercover officer and how he infiltrated the gang. What was it like on any given day when the undercover would come here to the house?
He mentioned that when you come through the block sometimes, all up from down here, all the way up here, it'd be armed guys standing out here in the corner and people lined up to buy drugs, and they did most of the drug selling right out front. They didn't do it inside the house, they did it out here. Well, based on the information that I received from the undercover, his organization was very organized. He mentioned that if Rayful's organization was a business, it would be top 10 in America.
For several years in the late 80s, a D.C. police recruit who went by the name Jimmy went undercover and got to see firsthand the extent of Rayful Edmonds' operation and the astonishing amount of cash it was generating.
First of all, he was street savvy. He made a buy out here on this particular street, right in front of the house right here. And that's how he was able to get inside the gang. And there were times when he was inside the house, as he reported, he's seen $3 million being counted by a money machine, put in suitcases.
Jimmy, who for now declined to give his name or tell his story on camera, says along the way he witnessed a murder and personally heard Rayful Edmond order them. The cocaine made it into the city via U-Haul trucks and Winnebagos.
Yes, it was stacked from, every inch of the U-Haul in the Winnebagos were stacked with cocaine, kilos of cocaine.
Mitch Creedle says Jimmy even witnessed Rayful Edmond go on an incredible shopping spree at Georgetown Park.
And Rayful paid the security guards $10,000 each to shut down the mall. And Rayful just went on a big shopping spree and was also buying things for other people that was inside the mall.
But now prosecutors say Edmond deserves an early release because of his extensive cooperation with the government. Defense attorney Jason Downs agrees.
He feels that he has served, and we believe that Mr. Edmond has served and paid his debt to society.
Rayful Edmond has been in prison since 1989. He's 54 years old. Now, in prior cooperation with the government, he was able to get...
There it is. All right, so there's a story right there. We'll come back to that a little bit later and continue to take your questions and comments during the show. But right now, on a tight schedule, running a tight ship here. I want to bring in the homie, friend of the program. She's got a big situation going on. India Sweet, welcome to the program. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Good. All right, let me put this up right quick. All right, so talk about this competition that you're in that we need to know about.
It is called Favorite Chef, favechef.com. And yeah, that's me. I cooked all that food in a matter of like 2 days. I spent 20,000 steps in a single day in my kitchen cooking all of that food.
How many steps? How many steps?
21,795. I actually screenshotted it that day.
Wow.
In my kitchen, just in my kitchen, cooking all that food, mixing, moving, and doing all that.
Now, what is that? That's for the competition. That's just
that was just a shoot that I had done and working out recipes, and I wanted to have a good. And it was so funny. I did all of that, and I never actually put it out there. And then I happened upon this contest, Favorite Chef. At first, it was like $20,000, and you can maybe get a spread here, something. And when I first signed up for it, favechef.com. When I first signed up for it, I was thinking it had to be some type of catch. Nothing can be this good, right?
Right.
And so I kind of, you have to set up your page before and do all this stuff to enter before it actually opens. So I had kind of forgotten about it. Then they had sent me email, it opened. I was like, this can't be real. Like, I'm not about to whatever. Long story short, it was like, the cut is coming. And I went and I checked it. They had raised it from $20,000 to $50,000 grand prize. And you get a 2-page spread in Bon Appetit magazine.
Oh.
So with also a chance to create content for their site.
Right. Which all of that is you. That's you. That's your lane.
So I am begging and pleading. And here's the thing, though. I just saw today, there's 7 rounds.
You didn't know that?
I did not know there were 7 rounds before. And then also I did like this, and I had been feeling, because the site is not very easy to navigate. So that was like another reason why I was like, it's just whatever. But then I come to find out, I did some research. This thing is like huge. It's like global. It's like chefs from like all around the world, hundreds of chefs, all these different rounds. And so you can vote free every day. Once through Facebook, you can vote free once every 24 hours. And then I had a few people in my life who, shout out to K.O. Ames, my godfather, Gregory Duckett, and my brother from another mother, George Kroom, who all donated, because you can donate money and that goes to Feed America. So 100% of the proceeds go there, and the votes, they count as extra votes as well. So it's a donation for a really good cause, because they're feeding Texans, they're feeding, people hungry during COVID. So it's, it's a win-win. But so I looked at it and I was like 17th yesterday. And by last night I was 7th in my category. And by today I'm 6th in my category.
What's your category?
It's just broken down into like people. You
Okay,
know what
okay,
I'm saying? Like
okay.
pods. So it's not even necessarily if it's the same thing. It's just like so many people, they had to break it down.
So
So
what?
there are 7 rounds. So in my category, it's like, I don't know, like 20 some odd people. So yes, does this still say 6? I haven't moved. Okay.
Yeah, you're 6. So, but the thing is, how do you go on to the next round? Top 5, top 10?
This is so tomorrow at 6 p.m. The voting stops for this round, and it's top 15, right?
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good today. Then in a week from now, it goes to top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Okay.
top 10, top 5.
Okay.
Top 5, top 1.
Yeah.
Right? So the one thing that I've been reading like through the rules is I think at this point, and as far as my group goes, I keep my votes in these early rounds, right? You are able to build upon them. So you're not completely reset at the end of every round. Like these rounds count. But once you get to the quarterfinals of you getting, put next to all these other people, you completely reset. And so
we got to start the process again. We got to vote again. We got to revote.
We have to vote again. So we have to vote again. You completely reset at the quarterfinals. You completely reset in the semifinals, and you completely reset in the finals.
Oh shit!
And so this goes until.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't think you see what just happened. Did you see what just happened?
What happened?
In real time.
What happened? What is that? Did it say 5th?
Yeah, Mr. Clarkson just dropped his support and moved.
Are you kidding me?
Hey.
Let me tell you something. Don't make me cry. I just put these lashes on for my live neck. I should be crying these things off, y'all.
It's a live show. Don't trip. That's what we do. You understand? Shout out to Mr. Clarkson.
Mr. Clarkson, God bless you. Thank you. Feed American people, thank you. Words can't express. I can't even get family members to write back and log in to click for a free vote. So seriously, this means so much. Thank you. And I'll write you later another thank you, but thank you.
Yeah, and what has to happen is we have to, once you win, we have to get one of these type of spreads together. And
listen, I will be a big proponent because now I'll send you a couple dollars here and then, like, you was good today. So that I will be a big sponsor of Tiny Closet Studios.
Yeah.
That is because, come on.
Absolutely. Because a lot of people, I say, chef, author, sports commentator, and people hear it, but when they see it, it's a whole different thing. Like you actually went to culinary school.
I went to culinary school, all of that. I participated in competitions along with mastership. I actually have, from the Culinary Federation of America, I have a bronze medal. I medaled in my first ever competition. So I've done a few things. You know what I mean? I was supposed to have a show, but life got in the way. This is it. So, this is my year. I'm trying. And look, let me tell you something. It was like a rough week. But, I'm just having a praise moment here. So many people have poured into me, and I send it to you, and you like, come on, let's go. So just thank you for the support and having me here. And because, you know how much I believe in you, and you always have my back. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, we ain't talking about me right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up, and I'm going to send it to you, and then you send it out and be like, look, I was on the TV. I was on the show. You know what I'm saying?
In real time. Yeah. I'm so excited. But we'll talk later. But I'm on travel. I want to come back because I really want to know what you and your viewers think about traveling during this time, because I saw you post something like you wanted to go, and then when you saw what happened on the plane, maybe not. But we're supposed to be traveling at the end of March.
Domestic or international?
Domestic.
Oh, that shouldn't be too bad.
Domestic. And when we go to our resort, everything is there. We don't have to leave outside of where we're going. But I really want to know your thoughts, what your people think, and because I'm on the fence. But we were supposed to go this time last year, and it was canceled.
Yes, we were too. Yeah.
The thing about it is, it's like they are paying Michael to be there, and we're all free. Like it's a crazy setup of how it is. All you can eat. Like there's nothing. I get spa credits. My kids are gone at camp all day. And
what are you on the fence about? What are you? I don't know.
Because COVID is a real thing. I get my second shot Friday.
Well, then you should be good.
Okay.
You should be good. All right, we'll talk more because I know you gotta do the thing at 7 right at the thing. So yeah.
Yeah. After your people finish, after you finish here, Instagram Live, I have celebrity hairstylist Q Quentin Hardy, who has done everybody's hair from Nene Leakes to Angela Simmons, all the beautiful girls you see in Hollywood. Cassie, he's done their hair on the East Coast from New York, and then I'm checking in on the West Coast with Roddy John, celebrity makeup artist who has worked for Angela Simmons and what's the beautiful the queen from everybody you can think of, Iman, Beverly Johnson, all those fabulous faces. So that's tonight, the beauty beat.
On what page? What page?
India
Right?
Suite.
Oh, India
Suite on Instagram Live. It's gonna be fun. And look, it's not just for women because it's male, grooming too. They do all of that. So yeah.
Okay. India Suite.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Clarkson, Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a chef too. So y'all may be able to do like an Instagram Live,
that would be dope.
Tips and dips where y'all making dip and giving people tips on how to make their tips and we're gonna work on it. All right. Yeah, congrats.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Hey man, it's a live show. Don't trip, man. You see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We make the magic. We don't get her in that first place. We need to win that 50,000 so she can break down. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, man. That's big. That's what's up. Hey man, we all about we got some Wildcats podcast. They 3 years in, 100 episodes. They got the little thing coming up. I put the Instagram in there. Then we got India Sweet, friend of the program, radio veteran, the homie. And she's in the running. Get some recognition, man. It's all about acknowledgement and recognition, man. Appreciate it. That's real good. Hey, that's a great question, John. John Watts. All-inclusive domestic resort. Yeah, where is that? Where is that? You know what I'm saying? It ain't the Poconos. All right. There it is, y'all. It's been good. Anybody want to call in before I leave? I got I'm watching a master class at 7, so I got to go get my notes, get my work. It was a workshop. I gotta get my workbook out for my notes. It's a media workshop. So we're gonna end it a little 5 minutes short today. 765, let's go one. Questions, comments, review, or the link is in the chat. Yeah, I think what else I wanted to talk? It was something. Yeah. I may save this. We may save this for Friday. It may happen before then. Did you know? Did you know? Wait a minute. Let me pull this story up. We may talk about this Friday. The story, I'm sure the story will evolve by Friday. But did you know Governor Ron DeSantis, he wanted to lower the hat flags in the state for Flush Limbaugh? Did you know this? So I put that out there earlier, and people did not believe me. Like, it's an actual headline. He tried it. State legislature was like, "No, we're not doing it." But there's still some elements down there and in other places that really want to pay honor to this dude in that way. And somebody hit me back and said, "You know what you're talking about?" They wanted to do that to commemorate fly flags at half mast to commemorate the 500,000 died from COVID. I'm like, nah, that's not how it originated. That's not how that started. Like, they realize on state buildings. Do y'all even, I don't want to say wake up, right? Because that's so hack. That's so overdone, right? I don't even want to say, hey man, you need to look at what they're doing. I just want to know, like you see, he wasn't an elected official. They want to lower half mast on state buildings. Do you know what kind of powerful statement that's making? They don't care. Like, none of this equality. We want one union, it's a million cliches I could run down. None of that shit is real. They don't care. These are the boldest people ever. They will never like you, ever. They want to lower the U.S. flags, the flags associated with military and liberty, half staff for Flush Limbaugh. Are you kidding me? Thrush Limbaugh? You know the shit, the breakout shit you get on your throat? It's a medical term. Thrush Limbaugh. Yeah, they wanted to lower. Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. All right. We may talk about that Friday. Anyway, all right, I got to get out of here. Hey, Roland Martin, man, thanks for standing by. But we had two amazing guests today. So we ran out of time for you. I appreciate you standing by. We're going to try to squeeze you in the near future on another show. Shout out to Craig Black, Some Wildcats podcast, celebrating 3 years, their 100th show, and India Sweet. Go to favechef.com and vote for India Sweet. We can move her up. We've been in the top 10 and we good to go. All right, let's check the money wheel before we go. I got to go. We're going to check the status. Some people said that they sent in, so I got to give you a quick acknowledgement before Friday's show to make sure you get put on the wheel. And if you just participated and you just won, it's no need to try to win again. I don't understand. Well, you don't have to keep trying to win every week when you just won. I don't understand. Let's see. Okay, Tehran, 5 slots. Deborah gets a slot. Okay, got it. And a cutie pie. You didn't put in the, so you want 15 slots. Okay. That's fine. I ain't complaining. That's fine. So we're gonna add some names to the money wheel and it's gonna be packed on Friday. You still have a little bit of time to join. No, not a little bit of time. You have through Thursday to send. Make sure you put in the notes how many spots you want. Let's Go Live show at Cash App. All right. For our executive producer, Mr. Clarkson, Mr. Moneybags Clarkson down in Studio G, and John Watson, our New York bureau chief on the breaking news. Appreciate y'all. Everybody tuned in. You can call the show, leave a message after hours at 765 Let's Go Live. You can follow us on all social media. Make sure you hit up Drunken Fruit and see what they got. They running specials. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Mr. Lamont King. Turn the notifications on, hit the thumbs up on the way out. And that's pretty much it, man. Y'all been good. And I'll tell Alpha Papa and my Mia King that y'all said happy anniversary. Other than that, y'all be safe, man. Stay out the way. That's all.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.